When Daniel dropped his mother off at the nursing home, he promised to visit every weekend. But promises are easy to make and even easier to break. What he didn't know was that his mother had been keeping a secret from him all these years, a secret that would change everything just days before she passed away. Daniel had always been a responsible man, or at least that's what people thought. He worked long hours, wore nice suits, and provided for his wife and 2 kids. But in the middle of all that responsibility, one person slowly faded into the background. His mother, Margaret. Margaret raised Daniel alone. His father left when Daniel was only 2. She worked 2 jobs, one in a bakery during the day and one cleaning offices at night, just to keep food on the table. Daniel grew up with the sound of her tired footsteps at midnight. He'd peek from his room and whisper, "Mama, you're home." And she'd smile, exhausted, and whisper back, "Yes, baby, Mama's home." She never complained. She never asked for anything. She just loved, fiercely and quietly. Years passed. Daniel became a successful real estate agent. He married, bought a big house, and had kids. Margaret grew older. Her hands trembled more. Her steps slowed down. But her heart never changed. One day she slipped while watering her plants and fractured her hip. The doctor said she needed assistance for a few months. Daniel visited her in the hospital, but he was distracted. Phone in hand, calls, clients, deals. She smiled at him anyway. "Ma," he said, "I found a really good place for you. It's got nurses, a garden, everything you need, just until you recover." She hesitated. Her wrinkled hands folded nervously. "Danny, can't I stay with you for a while?" "Ma, you know the house is full. The kids have their rooms. It's temporary, I promise. I'll visit every weekend." And so he took her to the nursing home. The place was clean, filled with the soft smell of lavender and disinfectant. But Margaret's eyes weren't looking at the garden. They were searching Daniel's face, trying to find the little boy who used to wait for her at midnight. Weeks turned into months. Daniel visited less and less. First, every weekend, then once a month, then only on birthdays. He told himself, "I'm busy. She understands. She's being taken care of." But late at night, sometimes, he felt a hollow ache he tried to ignore. Meanwhile, Margaret spent her days writing letters. Every single day, she wrote a new page. Shaky handwriting, sometimes smudged with tears. She asked the nurse to keep them safe. Then, one winter evening, Daniel got a call. "Mr. Carter? I'm sorry. Your mother's health is declining fast. You should come." Guilt struck him like a wave. He hadn't seen her in 6 months. He rushed to the nursing home. Margaret lay in bed, fragile, her once warm hands now pale and cold. Her eyes lit up when she saw him. "Danny, you came," she whispered. He held her hand tightly. "I'm here, Ma." "I'm so sorry." She smiled faintly. "You were always my boy. I never stopped loving you." The next morning, she was gone. At the funeral, Daniel stood quietly, numb. The woman who sacrificed everything for him was gone. He went home that night and sat alone in his office. The silence was deafening. 2 days later, the nursing home called again. "Mr. Carter, your mother left something for you." A box of letters. Inside the box were 365 envelopes, each dated, each containing a message. The first one said, "Dear Danny, I'm proud of you. No matter how busy life gets, remember to breathe." Another said, "Dear Danny, the house feels quiet, but I imagine your laughter in the halls. I miss it. And then, one letter, hidden at the very bottom, dated just a week before she passed, said, Danny, if you're reading this, I'm already gone. You were my greatest story, my proudest chapter. I know you got busy, and that's okay. Life happens. But I kept a little secret. The house is yours. I saved every penny, every tip, every late night shift. Not for me, but for you. I just wanted to see you once more. That's all I ever wanted. Love. Mom Daniel collapsed in tears. The house she lived in, the one he thought was too small for her to stay with him, was fully paid off. She had quietly left it to him in her will. The twist wasn't about the house. It was about her love. Unconditional, quiet, and constant, even when he wasn't there. From that day on, Daniel visited the nursing home every week. Not for anyone else, but to read stories to the lonely mothers sitting by the windows, just like Margaret once did. Sometimes, the greatest stories aren't told in words, but in the quiet sacrifices made by those who love us the most. Don't wait to say, I love you. Do it today.